first pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Paolo Banchero from Duke University.
So with the first overall pick, the Orlando Magic, they took Paolo Banchero. And in hindsight, I'm going to give this draft pick a A grade. Listen, I know, Banchero, he has flaws. He's not the perfect first overall pick, but he was really big in changing the culture in Orlando. Before Banchero got there was a culture of, losing, mediocrity. And, Banchero, along with Franz Wagner, really helped change that. And, I don't think it's possible without either of them. They are stronger together. When, the Magic can keep both of them on the court at the same time, they are a dangerous team.
With the second pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga University.
Chet Holmgren. He was teammates with Jalen Suggs in high school in Minneapolis for 3 seasons, getting the hug from his dad.
So at this second overall pick, the Oklahoma City Thunder selected Chet Holmgren, and I'm going to give this pick a B grade. Honestly, the only reason it's not an A grade is just because injuries. He missed his entire rookie season due to injuries. He has shown more durability lately, and if he can keep this up, I can definitely see him moving up to an A, but for now, he's a B. His defensive abilities are out of this world. He may very well win Defensive Player of the Year this season. And, offensively, he keeps getting better, each game.
With the third pick in the 2022 Draft, the Houston Rockets select Jabari Smith Jr. from Auburn University.
Hey, Perk, you were right.
I love it. H-Town, stand up.
McDonald's All-American, he gets selected number 3 overall.
So at the third overall pick, the Houston Rockets, they selected Jabari Smith Jr., and I'm going to have to give this pick a D. This is a kid I believe in a lot. I think he will be good one day, but you have to judge based on what he's doing now, and he's just not that impressive. He's above average, but, for a guy you took third overall, you need a lot more from him. I think his problem right now is he just doesn't have a niche in the league. There's just nothing he excels at to the point where you want to play him. He's just kind of, average or slightly above average in a lot of things.
With the fourth pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Keegan Murray from the University of Iowa.
Keegan Murray becomes the highest drafted Iowa player in the common draft era.
So the next pick is going to be the fourth overall pick, where the Kings selected Keegan Murphy. And I'm going to give this pick a D as well. Murphy, I think he is a slightly better fit for most rosters than Jabari Smith Jr., but he's still a guy who I just don't think it's a very similar issue where he just doesn't have one thing that he really excels at to where it really makes him worth playing. The Kings, they gave him, a good extension. I think it kind of just shows in the league that if you're a high pick and you're not the literal worst, you will get a, pretty good payday. But, I just don't know where he's going to fit in the league long term.
With the fifth pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Jaden Ivey from Purdue University.
So the next pick is going to be the fifth overall pick, where the Detroit Pistons selected Jaden Ivey. And I'm going to give this pick a C. Listen, this is a kid who's shown a lot of scoring potential and a lot of overall offensive potential. But first of all, he's extremely injury prone. And second of all, he doesn't really contribute to an offense. He doesn't really find a way to fit in to what the Pistons are trying to run in offense. So I think he's really going to have to adjust his game if he wants to stay on the team.
With the sixth pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, The Indiana Pacers select Benedict Mathurin from Montreal, the NBA Academy Latin America, and the University of Arizona.
So at the 6th overall pick, the Indiana Pacers selected Benedict Mathurin, and I'm going to give this pick a B. So, from day one, Mathurin has shown, that he can provide a huge scoring punch off the bench. He can, be efficient. He can help get others involved. I think his, development is kind of halted, but he was already, so close to what you want him to be anyway. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Of course, right now he's kind of being forced to start because Pacers just have so many injuries, but in an ideal role when, everyone is healthy, he is a guy who's coming off the bench and providing that scoring punch, kind of like Prime Lou will.
With the 7th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Shaedon Sharpe from London, Ontario, and the University of Kentucky.
Two Canadians go back.
So at the 7th overall pick, the Portland Trailblazers took Shaedon Sharpe, and I'm going to give this pick an A. I think particularly this season, he's really taken that leap that we've been waiting for a little bit, and he's proven to be one of the best bucket getters in the NBA. And the Blazers, they're a team that, their veteran leader, Damian Lillard, is hurt right now, so they're just trying to, weather that storm, and I think Shaedon Sharpe has really helped by, stepping up and becoming a great scorer.
With the 8th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Dyson Daniels from Bendigo, Australia, the NBA Global Academy in Australia, and the NBA G League's Team Ignite.
Dyson.
So with the 8th pick, the Pelicans, they took Dyson Daniels, and he's a B grade pick, but not based on what he did with the Pelicans. If he was just for the Pelicans, he'd probably be like a D. But since he went from the Pelicans to the Hawks, he has become one of the best defensive guards in basketball, and he can find ways to contribute on the offensive end as well. He won the Most Improved Player last season, and he's just a guy continues to find ways to improve and become a better player.
With the 9th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Jeremy Sohan from Milton Keynes, England, and Baylor University.
So with the 9th overall pick, the Spurs, they took Jeremy Sohan, and I'm going to give this pick a D. I was always kind of hesitant on Jeremy Sohan just because I wasn't sure where he could fit in the modern NBA, and I think that's kind of been proven true so far. He's really been a guy who's just taken a lot of shots away from Victor Wembanyama. I mean, he does play some good defense, so he's not totally invaluable. That's why he's a D, not an F, but I think when you have a guy like Wembanyama, you don't want a guy taking these, all these shots away from him. And I think he just needs to become a smarter basketball player and kind of accept his Rodman-like role.
With the 10th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Johnny Davis from the University of Wisconsin.
Johnny Davis.
So we're going to round this out with the 10th overall pick, where the Washington Wizards selected Johnny Davis. And PU, this is a F-grade pick. This is just, a traditional, textbook definition of a bust. It's not even like he, was put into like a situation that didn't fit him or coaching issues. He's just a bad basketball player. His college game just didn't translate. It was always questionable if it was ever even going to translate. And it's, now the answer is very obvious. No, it isn't. It's not. No, I don't even know if he's still in the league, honestly. If he is, that's very unfortunate for the rest of the league because there's probably someone more deserving of a roster spot. Just a bad pick by the Wizards.